Hi, I'm Steve Gold.
And I'm Marvin Stone.
We are co-chairs of the MISMO Title and Closing Community of Practice. We'd like to take a few minutes to introduce you to the role of the MISMO Title and Closing community in setting data standards, the benefits to the industry, and why you should be involved.
MISMO, the Mortgage Industry Standards Maintenance Organization, is a subsidiary of the Mortgage Bankers Association. The MISMO standards have been developed to create a common exchange language for the exchange of information in the mortgage finance industry. The MISMO Title and Closing Community of Practice, or COP, provides standards for the electronic system communications that occur between the real estate title industry and the mortgage lending partners we serve.
In a real estate transaction, documents and information are passed back and forth to ensure that a transaction is completed according to the needs of all the parties. And this passing of data is often a point of great inefficiency and risk. Without utilizing standards, communication can break down and efficiencies, or even worse, a failure of processes can occur.
Let's talk about the parties involved and the inefficiencies we're working to solve. Mortgage lenders and originators help borrowers finance a loan for the property. However, they can only continue to finance if there is an efficient means to transfer these loans to parties who want to invest by purchasing the loans. Entities such as Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and others create liquidity for the market by purchasing and packaging these loans together and selling these loans to investors. The investors and lenders expect that their interest in the underlying properties collateralizing these loan transactions is valid, and this usually means that the various parties require title insurance be obtained to ensure marketable title for the transaction. There are also industry vendors, technology providers, and servicers that help to execute the transactions at scale across the industry.
In this process, there are many parties who are moving information, and without data standards being utilized, there are many chances for not only inefficiency, but for errors, as data is continually transformed from emails, PDFs, and interpretations of written scans. Reducing errors helps not only the property seller and property purchaser, but all of the parties involved in the financing of the transaction to achieve the desired result efficiently and while reducing transcription errors.
This issue is surprisingly similar to the telephone game, where one person whispers a message to a second, and each party repeats the message to another until many people down the line, the message is completely different than when it started.
If this had been a game of merely passing a piece of paper with a message, the game would not be nearly as entertaining, but would be over far faster, and the result would be far more predictable.
And that is what we want: predictable, accurate, and timely transmission of information as the various parties to the loan transaction touch, transmit, and rely on that information.
While the title and closing community focuses on the title and closing aspects of the transaction, the interactions and benefits for all the parties and partners to the transaction include the borrower, the initial lender, the servicer, the closer, the escrow agent, the GSEs, investors, and technology and data providers.
So the next logical question is, what is being addressed by these standards? While there are many aspects being addressed by other efforts at MISMO, the title and closing COP is addressing the following data points related to the loan transaction: the title commitment, closing protection letters, closing instructions, fee sheets, title policies, title endorsements, settlement statements, payoff requests, title pricing, settlement fees, and the standardization of fee categories.
We want you, no matter your role in the real estate, finance, and title industries, to understand this effort, and to the extent that you can help define or implement the standards, to get involved. We need your company or organization represented at the table.
So how can you participate? Well, if you're new to MISMO, visit mismo.org or email info@mismo.org for more information. If you're already a member, join a community of practice or a development working group. And anyone can participate in a COP or DWG, members and non-members alike. Meeting call-in detail is located at www.mismo.org. Get involved/workgroup schedule. And finally, MISMO Connect is a members-only portal to access workgroup communications, agendas, searchable discussion boards, MISMO libraries, and a whole lot more.